What up, y'all? Stand Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, with another Rikers Island / prison story. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'm going to be explaining how we chose the best victims to either just punk around or, more importantly, to extort. Okay, because extortion is a big thing in jail, especially if you one of the tough guys who broke, like, you ain't have a mama because your mama was a crackhead, your father never cared about you, your grandma dead, or your grandma ain't got it like that. Those compromise the most aggressive dudes and the dudes who extorted the most. But there's a certain type of look, there's a certain type of energy of someone who comes in to Rikers Island in any house, dorm room or cell house or any prison. And the energy that they give off, it leads you to make a decision whether this person is sweet or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether this person is food or not, all right? So, also, disclaimer before I get into this, no, I'm not glorifying this, obviously, you know what I'm saying? This happened, all this was going on years ago. I'm 32 years old now, I'm a father, you know what I mean? I grew a conscience, but back then I ain't had that much of a conscience. But, like I said, let's get to it. So, like I already told you, there's an energy that comes with finding the right victims to extort. It's pretty much for extortion. It's you're either looking for a victim to extort, a victim to wash your drawers or something like that. And if you really ain't got no respect for them, you make sure like it's actual dookie in your drawers and tell them to make sure they get it out. And if they don't, they give it back to you and the doodle stain is not out, you slap fire out them, rub the doodle stain in their face, right? But you always looking for somebody who you want to extort in some type of way, or you just looking for somebody who you could just violate just because you got time. You know what I mean? This is what goes into the Friday night slap fights and stuff like that, right? Where you just had a day with niggas and you just tell them like, yo, listen, we betting on y'all. You fight him, you slap box him, this, that, and the third, right? But when we talking about extortion, because extortion is more important than all of this stuff, because extortion comes with resources. And you're looking for somebody who you might fall. Okay, so look, first off, there's a look. And the look is that when this person is coming in, the person looks, you step in through the A and B gates, all the tough guys and everybody in the whole house, they're gonna be looking to see who it is. Now, if nobody knows you, okay, this is how you start telling who's the right potential victim, right? Because it's somebody who nobody knows, they walk in, they're being looked at by everyone, including the tough guys, and the first thing they do is put their head down. Be like, oh yeah, he's soft, he's scared. Now, on rare occasions, this could be bait by somebody who's actually tough and wants to draw somebody to them so they can make an example out of them. But 9 times out of 10, the first guy who does this, when he's being looked at by the tough guys, he's puss vagush, right? So that's the first thing you would pay attention to. You'd be like, okay, he's scary, I'm pressing him first, right? Now the next thing is, why they at the A and B gate? The toughest guys in the crib, they may step to the A and B gate before the guy comes in. They're like, yo, who you? And they put on this extra fake hate, right? This extra facade, trying to be extra tough. Mind you, I told you, the most aggressive guys in every house or dorm or pod, whatever you want to call it, the most aggressive, the most eager to extort or violate somebody, they got some kind of hidden insecurities. They don't have a support system at home. They're the brokest, right? But anyways, they're going to be at the A and B gates like this. Yo, who you be? You blood, crit? Right? And they trying to see who's soft. They trying to see who's in the gang, whatever. Because here's the thing. You ain't safe just because you tell them you in the gang. Now they want to know if your right codes and things like that. They want to know if your set is still being sanctioned, little things like that. And if they still don't respect your gangster, they still gonna find a way to friendly extort you. Still. But moving on, when you're trying to decide the right victim, right? Now they are in the house. So now when they're in the house, most times, right, you get a guy who he don't want to come out in the day room, and he ain't been on the island before, and nobody knows him. Now, if you're one of the tough guys in the house, you're gonna be like, yo, why you ain't coming outside? Why you ain't coming outside? Why you ain't coming in the day room? It's because he don't even want to get involved in a riffraff for real. So you like, okay, he's sweet, he's puss, right? So then you can start right then and there, like say if it's commissary day. Oh wait, matter of fact, before we get to that point, because first you gotta realize if they even got money or not. Because just because they don't lock out and go in the day room, it doesn't mean they don't have money. Now you gotta come out, or now you gotta watch their movements of the potential victim. You gotta see how often he's trying to get on the phone. Because it costs money to get on the phone. There's not a lot of people who's answering collect calls at this time. So if they got the money to pay for that 6 minute, that 15 minute, that means there's somebody who cares about them that's putting some type of money in their account. So if you on him, you paying attention. By the way, when it comes to picking victims, usually you gotta talk it out with the other tough guys in the crib, because people be calling like dibs, first dibs and stuff like that, right? So once you realize that he making a lot of phone calls, here's another test. You ask him for a phone call. If he give you a phone call without giving you, you know what I'm saying, any kind of pushback, this is somebody who is very agreeable. He don't want no problems. Easy to extort. You can at least start extorting phone calls off him every single day. You get at least 21 minutes off him, right? And if you got somebody who's accepting collect calls, he ain't got no bread, now you got them 15-minute collect calls too, right? Boom. Next is commissary day. Now, by the time commissary day comes, you spotted your victim. You decided he's supposed to be a victim. You asked him what gang he was in. He probably wasn't in no gang, or if he was, you don't respect his gangster anyway. You've seen him use the phone plenty times. You realize he got some type of money in his account. You asked him by this point. You're like, yo, what you gonna be doing in this crib? Like, what you gonna be doing here? You gonna cause a problem? Like, what's up? And then they'll say something like, I just want to do my bit and go home. They'll say something like, I don't want no problems. I don't want no static. Or I'm just gonna stay in my cell. I'm like, okay, he's puss. Now here's the final test to see if you're gonna have to whoop on him or not. Because the best kind of victim is a victim who just cooperates and you don't have to whoop him because he's not bucking back. And that's commissary. So now commissary day comes. You got your little list of things, right? Dudes who ran the crib had the longest list. They take your list. They're like, yo, bro, pull up. Yo, listen, you go out to commissary. Take this list for me. I need you to give me all of this. And then the list would be like 2 2-liter sodas of Pepsi, 5 Cinnabons, 5 beef sticks, 3 bags of chips, and a pack of soups. I believe 16 came in a pack at a time. And if they take that and then they go and they come back and they have what you want, then that's your perfect victim. Also, you'll have more aggressive cribs where they don't give you a list. They'll just let you order all your food, and then they'll just take your whole bag when commissary is over. If you have 2 bags, they'll take 1 of them. Because they gotta leave you something. Because if they leave you nothing, it's easier for you to tell, snitch, cry to police, and get people written up and sent to the box for extortion, right? So you had to be smart about it. But these would be the perfect victims, you know what I'm saying? A victim who you don't have to whoop on, a victim who he feels like he's going home soon anyway. He feels like he ain't gonna spend that much time locked up anyway. So he's gonna be more cooperative, because on the other hand, you'll have you'll have guys who, you know, they'll start off as dating dummies. You'll be extorting them. But, you know, they'll grow pride within themselves after a while. After a while, they'll be like, yo, I'm not going for this. And these are the guys who, some of these dudes, they'll make you respect their gangster after a while. And if they start bucking back, then you gotta buck back even harder, man. But that's my explanation on how you spot the perfect victim in Rikers Island. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.